3,900-mile trip. It started in southern Maine and it went up into the Maritimes with an emphasis on Newfoundland. We did a lot of off-grid wilderness camping and had a good time. We were very isolated much of the time, but we like it that way. Well, here's a screenshot from our truck for this trip. I set it to 0 when we started. 3,876 miles. We drove for 90 hours. And you can see our average gas mileage and how many gallons of gasoline that we used. After 3,900 miles, this post-trip episode is getting a minimalist camper ready for a Maine winter. It's time to pack it in mothballs. I've got this original jack that's going on 9 years now, and it's getting a little long in the tooth. This handle keeps getting bent. I don't know if it's hitting ground or what's going on, but I have to bend it back, and as a result, the gearing in there is a little funky. I'm worried I'm going to lose the trailer to the ground someday. So I have a new jack for this, and I'm hoping it fits, and I'm hoping it's good. And notice that there's a space here, there's a crank in there, and I'll be able to remove the crank and put it inside the trailer. So let's get this off and get it replaced. I understand these don't come with a lot, if any, grease in them, so I'm not taking any chances. I'm just glad it's got a grease fitting. The thing I was needing most on this was this. I need that crank to come off because the other one keeps bending and I don't know why. But it won't now. So, winterizing the loo. Never had to do that before. My first loo. So, there's still, the valve's open outside, so it's drained. But the container inside probably still has urine in it, maybe about 1 inch of it. And there's still some in the tube that goes from the diverter to it because it loops down and comes up. So what I'm going to do is flush that out with a gallon of water and let it drain. And then I'm going to put some RV antifreeze into the entire thing. And not to fill it, just to take the place of the water. I don't think if the water froze this winter it would do anything, but because it's so little, but don't want to take any chances. Oh, I've also got to put some into the washing bottle and run the antifreeze through the washing bottle and through the pump and leave it there for the winter. The pump, if it did freeze with water in it, that would not be good. I've got to disconnect the cap from the washing bottle so I can pull it out to fill it with antifreeze. It's coming out pink. And now RV antifreeze. It's non-toxic and biodegradable. In RVs, they put a lot of it in, and they just let it run on the ground afterwards. That's got to be enough. I did clean it, by the way, before I did all this. I actually use my Anchor speaker in the house during the winter. It's very handy. And the controller for the Max fan. You know, I'm thinking that after a month in the Canadian outback, this isn't the most exciting video in the series. And finally, the lithium that powers the whole thing can go in the house where it's warm and discharge to its heart's content. And locking up, not to be seen again until spring. I always tape up the connector to keep moisture out over the long winter. and it's nicely packaged. See, we really are home. We want to thank you for following along with us on this trip through the Canadian Maritimes. We really enjoyed it, and it was a long trip, but it was pretty nice and kind of filled a bucket list getting up there in Newfoundland for us. Next year, we don't know what we have planned yet, but we have been talking about some music festivals, the camping ones that can last 2 to 6 days sometime. We've been to them in the past, but we might hit up on them next year. So thank you for watching, and take care, and have a good winter. Doesn't mean I won't be doing videos this winter. They just won't be about camping.